Yo, did you hear the sound?
No!
It's so scary!
Hello guys, welcome back to this channel. Why am I clapping? I don't know, but it's so cool to clap in the intro. So, welcome to a new video. I'm Silvio Antonio and he is...
Valentino Sergio?
Okay. Switch Uno card.
No, you!
So today we're gonna to react to scary stories.
Are you ready for something scary?
Yes, but first we have to push our social medias.
Yeah! Go follow my Instagram!
And go follow mine too.
We don't even need some audio effect. We already did them.
But let's get them started. Okay guys, let's start with the first video.
Stories to share with you.
Oh, there's a disclaimer.
I always loved my twin sister, Amy. We were the perfect cliche of identical twins, doing everything together, finishing each other's sentences and playing pranks on people.
Pranks!
We
That's
had
so
a happy
awesome!
childhood, and for a good few years, everything. We had a
So
happy
awesome.
childhood, and for a good few years, everything went fine. It was only in the end of our adolescence that it became clear we weren't going to be two peas in a pod forever. Amy started to hang out with people I didn't like and became troublesome for our parents. We grew apart. I was in school clubs and dating. She was skipping classes, doing God knows what. At only 17, she always smelled the...
Did she just put this glass in her nose?
doing God knows what. At only 17, she always smelled of booze and looked...
It's better. It has more taste. When you put it in your nose, it has more
Look at this
taste.
dude!
When you put it in your nose,
Look
it
at
has
this
more
dude on
taste.
the left side!
When you put it on your nose, it has more taste.
tired and stoned. Sometimes the police would bring her home for trespassing or shoplifting. By then, I realized that she didn't have a bright future ahead, but I still loved her with all my heart. The years went by. I went to college, got married, and had a somewhat simple and boring but stable life. Amy was barely able to graduate high school and was only able to get by because of our parents' pity for her. She was on and off rehab, on and off temporary jobs, on and off with dangerous-looking boyfriends. We didn't know what to do about her anymore. I tried so hard to be supportive, but I had my own life to take care of. She always found a way back to her addictions. One day, Amy simply disappeared. She vanished. It was painful and stressful for our family, but we easily accepted that some violent
That's
drug
not
dealer
good.
got her. And maybe it was for the best to die young instead of keep suffering for a long time. I started to get anxious. I had constant nightmares of being stalked, strangled, or locked up forever. I felt my husband and parents told me I was being paranoid.
Yo!
I was under an extreme amount of stress.
No! I was scared because of you! Why did you scream so loud?
You shit yourself in the pants.
Yo! Why are you
Yo,
screaming
this
so
scared
loud?
me. This scared me.
And you scared me!
Shit. Let's go, boys.
Stress, and was even considering
yours.
spending some time in a mental ward for my own sake. I've been fighting my whole life to avoid falling into the craziness that runs in the family. Not now, I thought. I'm strong. I can handle this alone.
I'm strong.
So I agreed with going to therapy and nothing more. After a few weeks missing, Amy was back. She simply showed up at my house like she was never gone. She looked healthier than ever and sane, while I looked like a mess, emaciated from worrying too much, and with huge dark circles under my eyes from avoiding sleep because I was too terrified of the nightmares. I've been stalking you, Alice. I want to start over, but I can't do that under my own skin, so I need yours. At that moment, Amy was more Alice than me. It was astounding. During the few weeks she disappeared, she's been watching me all the time. I don't know how, but she had perfectly mimicked my whole demeanor, my usual haircut, my signature. She was able to convince anyone and everyone that I was her. So, just like that, I was put in a mental asylum for 2 whole years. For 730 entire days, I planned my revenge. I was cautious. I didn't want to actually become crazy. The medication was so strong. Sometimes I was knocked out for days straight. But I had a purpose. I used to love my sister, but she ruined her life, then stole mine. So now I hate her. And now it has to pay.
You should hate her.
This doesn't make any sense.
Let's make a strike against the sister.
Which sister?
We have to stop this.
What the fuck are you talking about?
For 2 full years, Amy slept with my husband like she was me.
You
2 years she smiled and
I
cackled.
don't want to say it.
That's so
I don't
wrong.
want to say it. I don't want to say it. But she's a... Yeah.
Deserved to be miserable. For 2 years, she had our parents' love all for herself, and they pitted me all together. So, I killed her. I strangled my own sister with my bare hands. Buried.
Wait.
She killed her sister.
She just killed her. Just nothing really
It
happened.
wasn't epic. I just killed my sister. It's normal, you know?
There's not a reason to worry about it.
No.
the body in the backyard and made a garden above her corpse. I took my place back. I took my life back. The fools didn't notice a thing. Nobody knows. They think Amy is gone for good with some outlaws. She is, somehow. It's all their fault.
What the fuck?
Am I going crazy like her? Am I losing it? I'll tell you a secret. Now, whenever I look in the mirror, I see my reflection laughing at me.
It's time to stop. It's time to stop before
It's time to stop.
It's time to stop before I'm pooping in my pants.
You already scared the hell out of me.
Many of the applicants came into our program with a romanticized idea of police work. Many.
Why the fuck do they have this thing?
Oh, this here,
Nah! I mean the skeleton! Why is there a skeleton? Okay, never mind.
Envisioned an elegant battle of wits
They're in
against
a
wine-swilling
hospital.
criminals.
Why do they have a skeleton?
I don't know, but
It doesn't make any sense, but...
Masterminds. Many others were former high school
but why
bullies.
did they all have these?
Cheeks.
Gee,
I don't know. You don't know?
what the fuck?
Mostly interested in busting in some heads. They didn't take my work as a coroner too seriously. For them, A corpse was a clue to be sliced open and tossed aside. But Bethany was different. She saw the cadavers as the people they had been, worthy of respect. She would whisper to them while she worked, telling them the latest news they missed out on, or how grateful she was to learn from them. Some of the students found it a bit off-putting, but to me, it was endearing. And she always knew what she was doing, which tools to use, how to extract the organs.
Wait, this tool is for the knee.
Knee?
Why she's putting it at his head?
Putty.
Why is he
Smashing it.
smashing? I said smashing. Why is he?
Yummy.
Properly, how to sew the lips shut, and so on. It came as no surprise then to learn that she had been a mortician's daughter. She worked with her dad in some quaint rural village, prettying up the bodies for funerals.
We have to wait. Wait. It doesn't
Thinking
even
of a
start.
public servant as well,
This is
being the only
scary.
mortician for miles around, she told me. He would often offer his services for free to people who had died without
Why?
family.
What the fuck is he doing?
And
Why
mistake-
has she a mirror? Here, I thought you just need a mirror when you are a tooth doctor. And then with the mirror, so, we're at the care.
I don't know what they're doing there.
What are they doing? Where's the logic?
Age a public viewing, regardless of whether anyone came to visit the deceased. He sounded like a kind-hearted man, and I longed to meet him.
Oh, this is fucking
I wondered
creepy.
if he shared his daughter's sense of gallows humor, an important tool for people
going
who
to be
thrive in circumstances that would
scary.
otherwise engender despair. Today, we were discussing the process of decomposition and the weird things a body may do post-mortem. We'd already discussed coffin births and angel lust. Look them up if you dare. So I decided to end
Why
on a lighter
is she
note.
not listening?
She's on her
Corpse might
phone.
blow up with gas, and that gas needs to escape somehow, I said, pausing for a dramatic effect. Corpse fart, in other words.
What?
The students laughed,
That's
dispelling
my
some of
boy.
the tension
Look
in
at
the room.
That, yeah, that's the
Bethany
dude.
raised her hand. The gases sometimes escape in other ways too, out past the vocal cords, so sometimes it sounds like they're moaning. It was true that Corpse sometimes moaned, and it was always unexpected and terrifying. But then Bethany continued. Sometimes, she said, they even sound like they're screaming. The other students cast each other sideward glances. Screaming.
Look at the face.
Impossible. The vocal cords tighten when a person screams, which requires an electrical impulse from the brain, and Corpse are brain dead. Bethany, please. These kids are not the brightest, and they don't know you're joking. Everyone laughed. Who's joking? She asked, deadpan. I smiled, trying to think of a quick and smart comeback. But then she added, without a hint of humor, it happened all the time when I worked in my dad's basement.
What the fuck is
I
happening?
didn't understand nothing.
Yo, we need a better one after this. They're all screaming. Oh, I think his dad is a murder.
Now I'm understanding. Her dad was a murderer and she was telling them.
Yeah, genius.
So guys, that was it for today. I hope you liked and enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more.
And subscribe to my channel too.
Yeah, first link in the description.
See ya.